Hey, welcome in. Well, if there's one thing that the media hates more than objectivity, it's being mocked for a lack of objectivity. And that's why we end up with headlines like this. Anti-Biden rallying cry, "Let's go Brandon," causes mainstream media meltdown. And that's because they know it's about a lot more than just being anti-Biden. And it looks like NPR finally found out about it. They say, here's what "Let's go Brandon" actually means, and how it made its way to Congress. So just in the very unlikely chance that you don't know what this is about yet, there was a NASCAR race October 2nd. The crowd was chanting F Joe Biden. And there was an NBC reporter covering it, and she said, oh, you can hear the chants from the crowd, "Let's go Brandon." That's when she was interviewing Brandon Brown, who won the race. They say it remains unclear if the journalist misheard what the crowd was saying or if she purposefully tried to change the message. We all know what happened. Anyway, they go on. Either way, the phrase "Let's go Brandon" quickly spread among conservative groups and continues to be used in place of the direct expletive towards President Biden, even among members of Congress. You know what? NPR? I think it needs to be explained to you. The reason that "Let's go Brandon" works is because people have seen organizations like your own lying over and over and over again. And in this case, it was so obvious, it was so ridiculous and trivial, the lie, that it became the perfect symbol of the media itself. "Let's go Brandon," more than anything, is about the dishonesty of the media. But I guess that maybe hits a little too close to home for NPR. And for the mainstream media in general. They don't like this. They don't like being laughed at. Chant has been compared to saying "Long live ISIS" and called vulgar and trollish. Which is funny because comparing it to "Long live ISIS" seems kind of vulgar and trollish to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly sensitive. Anyway, so it says corporate media and liberal reporters have come together, united in a common cause, as everyone from allegedly neutral reporters to far-left pundits have gone nuclear in an attempt to shut down three words: "Let's go Brandon." And there's been tons of memes and jokes, and it's just gone viral. There's the songs that have hit, the top of the charts. It's really fantastic stuff from my point of view. I think it's hilarious. And if the internet's good for anything, it's good for this. Here's what Clay Travis has said about it. Quote, "This is, I think, a witty and funny viral take on the media's dishonesty, that they tell us something that is clearly not true, that we can see with our own eyes. And that is why I think it's so popular with so many people." Yes, that's absolutely true. And there's also something kind of beautifully, cheekily innocent about it. Let's go Brandon. And that's why I think they hate it so much, is because it's not swearing. It's not actually vulgar. It's not a Cardi B song, right? If it were, the left would celebrate it. And it's maybe just that the left can't come up with memes anymore. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're kind of jealous. I don't know. NPR labeled the term vulgar. Here's a CNN guy was so offended by the phrase that he called it an inside joke telling the president of the United States to perform a sexual act on himself. Yeah, so there's CNN talking about being offended by vulgarity against a United States president. Huh. Yeah, I think they're a little late with that. Let's see. Washington Post reporters said that it's vitriol. "The current eruption of anti-Biden signs and chants, however, is on another level, far more vulgar and widespread." What? Did any of these guys watch the late night TV hosts for like 4 years during Trump? This is looking a lot like a kind of emperor has no clothes situation, and I don't think they like it. Let's see. On New Day, CNN's John Avalon called the chant trollish and not patriotic. These are the people who lost their minds during the Trump administration. These are the people saying that old ladies with their mini American flags are insurgents. These are the people who talked about how many scoops of ice cream Trump had. These are the people who talked about how Trump had a bigger salt shaker than the other people at the table. These are the people who insulted Melania Trump's wardrobe constantly and criticized her Christmas decorations. These are the people who cheered on rioting and looting, and who stood in front of burning buildings and said, "Oh, it's mostly peaceful here." So I don't know, it just leaves you speechless, doesn't it? Speechless. Well, I mean, there's one thing I can think of. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you'd just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.